Holmes Show!
Hello. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. That makes me feel so nice. Right up top, this is what I'm wearing. This is my outfit for the show. Jacket, tie, shoes, tasteful ladies' thong. Just kidding. It's not tasteful. Here's what I'm wearing this. I'm dressed up. Why? Why am I dressed up? Because I'm on TV and I have to. Do you understand? I don't want to wear any of these things. I just want to look nice for the show. Really hoping to the show tonight. Hope he likes thongs. You know what I like to be wearing? I'd like to be wearing no pants, no shirt, no shoes, just boxers, loose bathrobe, barely tied. I believe they call it the Lebowski. That's my Lebowski. That's it. It's just sounds. It's not working. I'm not going to stop. I love bathrobes. Bathrobes. It's a robe. Who's the asshole who put the word bath in front of the word robe? Like that's the only place you're allowed to wear it? You! I say it's an all-the-time robe. And it's been done before. You know who rocked an all-the-time robe? Kings. Go to a museum. Anytime you see a painting of like an old-timey king, they're wearing bathrobes. Big red king bathrobes with that white, soft leopard trim. Why? Because they're the f***ing king. That's like their first decree. They're like, right off the bat, I shall be robed in the finest cottons from the realm of Brookstone. It's right next to the Apple store, which is right next to the pear store. Because back then they didn't have computers, they had... But we have to get dressed up. I want to talk about that. Why do you have to get dressed up? Friends and sex. That's why you get dolled up. That's all it is. To get sex and make friends. Or hopefully make sex with friends. Or if you're lucky, sex with a cast member of Friends. Looking at you, LeBlanc. Hope you like thongs, Joey. But what I'm really saying here is that no one wants to wear uncomfortable clothes. We just put them on to make a good image. That's why we wear things like this. Jackets. Jackets. Ooh, you, jacket. Uncomfortable, hot, heavy. It's not cold in here. This is just a double thick shirt I'm wearing over my single thick shirt. Like a real asshole. But we wear them because they're expensive. So it's like social advertising. It sends out a message. You see a guy in a jacket like this, you're like, oh, that guy probably has a job. Which means he probably has a house. Which means he probably has snacks. That's all I'm thinking. I see you in this jacket, I'm thinking Gushers and Chex Mix. That's it. Belts. Hate them. Oppressive waist nooses. Exterior Spanx giving our hips the worst hug. But you gotta wear a belt as if to say, relax. I won't be embarrassing you at major social functions. Just like, sorry for your loss. It's hard to whistle while you're laughing or I'd keep doing it. Your grandma's over there like, I told you to find a nice boy with a belt. I say, f*** it. Let's live like the robed kings. I think everybody should be walking around with bed head. That's honest. Holes in the armpit of your favorite t-shirt with the neck hole all stretched out. Just go to work like that. Your boss be like, I love the frayed boxers you wore during the presentation today, Sanderson. Fruit of the loom is for closers. Skinny jeans, too. They're out. No more skinny jeans. These are skinny jeans. I'm 35. I say loose butt jeans. When's the last time you rocked a pair of loose butt? It's a dream. A dream we didn't have to wake up from. I want loose butt all the time. So loose in the butt, when you go back for your wallet, you have room to make an entire fist. And still grab the wallet. Loose! Flip-flops, too. Let them breathe. That's what I say. Flip-flops are great. They're not just for college freshmen clopping their way over their disgusting fungus-filled shower. Like, who was the last guy to use this, Moss Man? Some people are anti-flip-flop. They say your feet are gross and that they smell. Yeah, when you wrap them in thick cotton socks and suffocate them all day inside a pair of leather Pumas. Let them out! Let them breathe and reclaim the glory they deserve as our downstairs hands. I've spent entire weekends just wearing a sheet. I never lie in the monologue. I've worn a sheet. I woke up in the sheet, shuffled to the bathroom, and went, wait a minute. This doesn't have to end! I wore a bed sheet. You can too. If you want to get fancy, white top sheet underneath, blue oversheet here. I say good enough for Jesus, good enough for you. The King of Kings rocked a bed sheet, and look what he did. He didn't dress to impress. Yeah. That's probably why the Lord was so chill and spreading love and good vibes. He was comfortable. If we put the Lord in some loose butt jeans, who knew what had happened? We got a great show tonight, everybody. I'm talking to director Robert Rodriguez, and one of my favorite comedians, Brent Sullivan, will be here live in studio. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. So recently I was in Austin, Texas, and I got to sit down with director Robert Rodriguez in his office at Troublemaker Studios, the place he shoots all his films. He makes some of my favorite movies of all time, and he's awesome and honestly one of the coolest people I've ever met. You're about to see one smooth mother. Take a look. You're wearing leather.
This is cool.
Everything you have in
but
this
it's even
office
cooler on the inside. Like we got Superman sheets.
Jesus.
The only problem with that is I turn this jacket inside out when I travel and I sleep it on the plane.
Yeah.
Inside out, it looks like I brought my Superman bed sheets.
You're saying that's a problem?
Well, it's a problem. People walk by and they laugh and they think it's stupid.
I
think it's cool.
You know what we call those people? Fools. Because you got your jam sheets lining your awesome rock and roll jacket, and you go, it's time for Rodriguez to dream up the next big thing. What about J. Depp? He's pretty sweet.
Yeah. He's just a creative force. You give him anything and he can just make it work. And,
yeah.
We shot Once Upon a Time Mexico with him in 8 days.
Mexico.
He did this whole part in
Mexico.
8 days. He just like...
We say Mexico.
Mexico. In Mexico, filmamos.
Oh, good. Do you do your own voiceover?
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas tengo un guitarra con un missile.
Tengo una guitarra con armas.
Armas.
Yo soy Antonio Banderas.
When I saw From Dusk Till Dawn, and I bet you get this from time to time, and I hope you like it, I didn't know it was a vampire
That's
movie.
how we always wanted people to see it.
Isn't that great?
It's great that way.
It was amazing.
Like you would look at your tequila and you go, what happened?
I likened it to like a tomboy taking off her hat and she had gorgeous hair and boobs the whole time. And I was like, there's vampires in that there bar! Selma Hayek is real smoking.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving the world that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, you had a real vision.
And now for From Dusk Till Dawn, the series, we have this new girl named Eiza Gonzalez, and she is unbelievable.
Well, sight unseen, I'm
will see.
aroused. You have your own network. You, Oprah, Diddy, end of list. Boom.
Ted Turner.
Ted, well,
Yeah.
I can't make the joke I was going to make because that's our network.
Come on, for Papa Ted. You gotta say something for Papa Ted.
You know what's weird about your Wikipedia page is it says your net worth. Isn't that weird?
Does it?
38 million.
No.
Uh-huh.
Does it say that?
It's on there.
I don't know, you made that up.
I was peeing in your bathroom. I was like, I should
39.
look.
couldn't have gone better. I thought this had big cock.
You have a big cock.
I hear you have a big cock.
That says cook. Big cook.
Oh, I hear you're a big cook.
There's no way they would know that unless they've been peeking. So I figure they must be talking cook.
You love cooking.
Love to cook.
With your big...
I work a lot out of the home. I edit there and I write there and do the sound mix of the music, and you're just being creative all the time. And then you have to go eat eventually. So you don't want to break out of that creative mode, so you go down and you cook, because it's like art you can eat. You make something creative, you eat it, you're satisfied, you're still in creative mode, you can go right back up and finish where you left off.
What is your deal?
That's how you can.
What is your deal?
It works.
It's not okay that you're
It
just
works.
like, oh, you want to talk about cooking in a cool way? Effortlessly cool? No problem. You. From all of the guys like us. You. So you cook so good, it's like a good bout of love making?
Yes.
Antonio
I can
Banderas
cook.
love making?
I can cook for 12 hours straight. And if I'm doing slow smoked brisket, you're talking 18 hours.
With the wood
That
smoking
stuff
the whole
is
time?
just tender.
Tender when it needs to be tender.
Succulent. Succulent.
Sauceless.
Succulent.
Till the end. Your jizz.
You want to do the pitch?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we don't want to. I mean, I'm surprised you interrupted your incredible life to do this. Why? So I pitched my life story to Judd Apatow. He loved it. I wonder, now that we're such good friends, better friends, would you make it? I'm a young man. I grew up religious. I went to a religious school. I thought I was going to be a youth pastor. Then I got married when I was 22.
Oh, you jumped to the third act already.
Yeah, that's the yeah, what
That's
happened?
when it's over. That's the end.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it? Keeping a compelling third
go
act.
Go back. Anyway,
Okay,
go,
all right.
continue your way.
Well, well, now I feel like I need to make it more interesting.
No,
Then
that's okay.
the man that she cheated on me with, small Italian man, maybe I go after him in the Rodriguez version. Maybe I chase him in a car.
No one's going to root for you.
Okay,
You made the mistake you did was earlier. It's all your fault.
it was my fault. She left me for this other guy
Yeah, but why?
because I don't know, emotional unavailability. Is that
Were you
what-
making jokes like this the whole time?
Robert, don't you cut me to my core. You tell me we do this movie, my wife leaves me, second act I walk into a
I'll tell
smoky
you what, Make you
saloon.
a deal. We'll make the movie. We'll make it. There won't be much of an audience, but we can make it.
We'll screen it here. And Tarantino will be there like, hey, it's me, Tarantino. Hey, it's going to Sundance. I can't do him at all.
You wouldn't do that.
Okay, what you gotta do, man, is you gotta push the scene. Just, you're enjoying that word a little too much. Can you just throw that away, and then when you come over here, just be better, just be good.
Fantastic. Robert Rodriguez, one of my favorite filmmakers, directors, and just overall artists now. I mean, you're incredible. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
taking
much.
the time.
Really good
Check
to hang
out
out
Dust
with
Till Dawn. We'll plug all that stuff.
Still done the series
The series.
on El Rey Network.
El Rey, which means the sun.
The Sun.
No, the king. Do you speak Spanish?
Diablos is the S-Bahn. I've never wanted to cook more than after that interview. Robert Rodriguez's new movie, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, comes out this August, everybody. When we come back, the very funny Brent Sullivan will be here live. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. So my next guest is a very, very funny stand-up comedian who is originally from Michigan, and he co-hosts the bi-weekly comedy show Church at the Church on York right here in Los Angeles. I've done it. It's a great show. Please, everybody, let's give a big round of applause to my friend, Brent Sullivan, everybody. Brent!
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I'll tell you about the most awkward conversation I ever had with my dad was in 1996, right after we got AOL. Because the first thing I thought to do when we got AOL was to create a screen name, log into a sex chat, and pretend that I'm a woman. Fair enough. I just didn't know that you could be reported on a sex chat and that as a result, your dad would receive an email with quotes as to why you were reported on said sex chat. Look, I was in 6th grade. This is mostly second base rhetoric, nothing too hardcore. But I remember doing this on a Friday night, solo sleepover, as I called them back then. The next morning, I came downstairs and I sat down at the breakfast table, and all my dad said to me was, "Did you tell someone last night that you're too sexy for your blouse?" And I lied and said it wasn't me, forgetting that my screen name was my first, middle, and last name. My dad is actually of the philosophy that you need a different password for literally every single website that you access. And you have to specifically encrypt them in a notebook that you keep under lock and key. When I was home last, I found the notebook. On one of the pages, it just said 12 fib. Fib, I found out, is shorthand for the Fibonacci sequence, which is an infinite series of numbers. And if you take the first 12 and you multiply them together and then square root that, that is the password for his Netflix account. I used to live in New York, and I moved here recently. But right before I moved, I was on the subway, and there was a guy sitting across from me who was so attractive that it was like irritating. Like, do you ever see someone who's so good looking, like you kind of want them to die? Like, I hated him. But instead of actually hitting on him like any normal human being would do, I decided to take a photo of him with my phone for later. Here's a suggestion for anyone who would like to covertly snap a photo of a stranger sitting across from them on the subway. Turn off the flash. You're going to want to turn off that pesky flash because you expose yourself as the gayest creep in the world. When the flash went off, we gave each other looks of equal levels of astonishment that had happened. And I was so embarrassed that my first instinct was just to barf all over the place. But instead, I just said, "Loosen up," and then I got off at the next stop. I got a letter recently in the mail from myself. We had an assignment in English class in high school to write a letter to yourself in 10 years, and I actually got it. So I thought it was a little long, so I shortened it for you, but I thought it was kind of adorable. So this is from me from 10 years ago. Dear Brent, well, it's been 10 years since you wrote this note, so hopefully by now you've left Michigan. Check. Started doing stand-up comedy. Hello. And met the woman of your dreams. It's adorable. I love how at the age of 17, the cold reality had already dawned on me that Michigan is like the most economically depressed state in the country. But I conveniently chose to ignore the fact that every single one of my wet dreams had prominently featured Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The note continues. It says, hopefully your future wife will have an amazing personality and will be entirely open to adopting children. Let me translate that for you. I don't want to touch my wife. We'll high five once a year on Christmas Day, and that'll be that. But, you know, I wrote him back, and I wanted to read my response for you. Dear Gaywad, I still remember the last crush you ever had on a girl was Dominique Moceanu, who some of you may recall from the 1996 Female Olympics gymnastics team down in Atlanta. I remember you noting to a friend of yours at the time that you found her particularly attractive because, and I quote, her breasts are so small and muscular. Signed, Brent Sullivan. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Brent Sullivan, everybody!
That's great.
Brent Sullivan, we'll be right back talking more with my buddy. Great job. Look, this is the moment where we go, great job. That's our show, everybody. One more time for Brent Sullivan and Robert Rodriguez. Good night. We'll see you again.